mu ne say enye say BNDC for ye num na keka ye ne kasa kwa ene nkomo na ye di no efa wo ho efa me nso me ho why because it is about justice Ghana ye wo emra ye de chichiro man the rule of law na samra no de esu wom ye mra kunyini pa ya mamra no a 1992 constitution. In that 1992 constitution, article 88, yede yentubi nyina ashe swafo binsa your friend Attorney General and Ministry of Justice ono ne wotumi se obi ye boniti Ghana mra eye criminal a obetumi di nipa kro no akokot nti potoka sam ye say the prosecutorial powers of the state are vested in the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice under Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. Oyobi Ghana mrane Ghana for yamani tumi. He has the power to change your destiny. Okaso odoba wako di court edi wasemu obetumi a. Okaso odoba wako tu afiase a at least ono ne betumi abo ko edodu wako akogina court. And therefore kwanya sa nipa kro yi offer so di ne djuma no e wo se wo hia because then e betumi ayokofi but ochina ebeye wo enti sa Ato Forson trial ya ekoso high courts eya semben e ho na mesati afi ne farabai ene die what is the background to this case come with me it is going to be a long journey but every step of the way you're going to learn about things that will shock you and about things that will help you to make an informed decision on this matter. So, as same way nyina fiti ase in 2009, Emra Omampenyi Atamels yesweni in as president. NDC betina konyaso. Ni State of the Nation address e di kan ye okomra shebedwam eko kenkan ye no. Odi tu dwa se NDC aban anasa amre ne yaba betina konyaso no. Yewo ensusuye se yebeto ambulances e dia support National Ambulance Service na Ghana ni bi kwa wuhihie mu no uhia ambulance wetimi anya bi. He stated that in the 2009 State of the Nation address. And I'm saying to already a friend Mr. Richard Jakpa. The company Jakpa Arts Business Limited. And only a training JBL. Omo say the omanpenyi atamosa kanano. No say, oh, okay, you're a businessman. Yeah, so you're into consultancy, imports and exports of goods. And the coin ben so and a yebe to me afa boa ama on my Ghana enya ambulance nibi. Na yeso ye ne aban na ya business na yeso ye sika. Into Roger Pay a proposal like the command Ministry of Health. Sambrana Honorable Alban Sumana Backben and then Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament on a Minister for Health. So you can see that on your screen. Now, Abusian for the proposal Mr. Jack Padekoma Ministry of Health no. Wan kokan kekese aban mamekwana menye men supply ambulances there be. I say oh, ya teso mampenyi mails say. O nsusuye say o my Ghana timi to ambulances. In prem so aban so nisika. Ah o de beto ambulance no. Samre no na mo be kaya Ghana wa ho kire mu aban foforo aba ye implement single spine policy. So we were complaining say nyema mu eden. So Mr. Jack Padeni proposal come aban no say there be me metimi supply ambulance no but mu ni sika mo de betua. But me bank a Stanbic Bank. And Stanbic Bank aye crado say sa aban ebe yuzu yen e de ato ambulance na omo be ma aban besia. Na aban ya yuzu besia no over a 3-year period e de atu ambulance ne ka. Nti Mr. Jakpa say me metimi akopɛ 200 ambulances number me ne me partners. Na me de ba nya aban sika na mudi betua. Me bank Stanbic aye crado so omo ma mo besia. Na besia no parliament jitum bibia mo age besia no e de atu ambulance ne ka. Na Stanbic for ma aban emfie miensa aban no e di betua besia no. This was his proposal. Now, Sam Reno Attorney General no tia konwa so or share proposal nimu Ministry of Health for request or the bread a buying now man penny no who say oh edimu pa enti o ma ho kwan say yemma Mr. Jackpa the company I from Jackpa at Business Limited JBL for kwan na omomo aban na abanya 200 ambulances so the Attorney General cleared it enti loan agreement Mr. Jackpa Bank stand before years or more de bois or mine Parliament and the cabinet eji loan no etum enunti Parliament approve loan ewie se Ghana owura Jackpa ne the company aboayen yenya besia se yekoto ambulance na yedi betua na yenya mmere mfie miensa edi atua ambulances ne ka now Jackpa or ya Ghana ni and the business wa Ghana onye ambulance it is the proposal abanya dia tumudia na wo say okopepe partner ono ye ambulance it okope company bia omo Dubai ye from Big C LLC Trading Big C twaniti asa no say okay many aban aye nhyehyeye enti ase aye adwuma yakoye nim me bank Stanbic Bank for aye crowd so mo beboa enti mo so mo ye ambulance amagye din wa bibire mu anyina you are a reputable company. Therefore, be partner yen na ye mu local agents na aban to ambulance na wafa so to ambulance no so ho aban tua mo car ye yage ye percentage na aban no e de Stanbic bosia no etua mo car yage ye percentage na aban age mre mfie miensa e de etua saka no so they sign an agency agreement with Big C. Now busianfo by December 19th December 2012 and Big C and a Ghana buying a signed contract. A Ghana buying some has a Big C fund supplying 200 ambulances and other accessories to government. She date 19th December 2012. But answer krana a buying Big C best sign our contract we know. Na a buying a cabinet approval on 22nd December 2011 to the deal. Now Parliament approve Stanbic for or more term sheet or more loan agreement, different financing agreement, or more approval on 1st November 2012. Oko check parliamentary hands at the now ye ko ye moment of truth there. When you see two mira ni achirisi, we will give you the evidence. So cabinet approval 22nd December 2011. Parliamentary approval of the financing agreement 1st November 2012. Now, you sign contract in the pen. Na e say aban asudia e wo contract ni me na was aban ye. Aban asudie ni sen. Ambulances e she adwumayiko from National Ambulance Service ase. Sa adwumayiko no mo she Ministry of Health so asoya ehwe yapomudini ya yarehwe so Ministry of Health ase. It's a Ministry of Health ena assign our contract. But Ministry of Health for nisika because I'm running medical chemistry buy no mind one here. Enti ewo agreement na yes ne Big C for sign any mu no say Ghana so ye hwe o mai sika sem so Ministry of Finance ewo asudie say omokope letter of credit ede Emma Big C for ansa na Big C for yi e the ambulance no abrayen ma me che bibi mu ye ka letter of credit e de ade letter of credit e ye ginamu to me krata o to ade afiri obi ho uni sika wo de betua ne ka ana se woni na ye nhyehyeye ye se ade no me pese wo de breme ema me hu ana me pese wo shipi ade ne breme there are always conditions ansa na me de usika ama enu nti di pakro say okay na ade ne me ye we na me de ba na wantue o say okay de ebe ye ni me ma o to me krata your friend a letter of credit condition wo mu say wo ye ambulance no na wonya shipe no fa nsuo so say e ba me hope now the bill of lading kan ho edi adanse say wa shipe product na bre me pa sa krata me de ama wa edi aginamu no aye say guarantee wo betumi de akọ me bank so na wakọ akọ gisika na free me bank so eti eye guarantee enye sika any payment, it only becomes, first of all, it is a security with condition precedent. When the condition precedents are fulfilled, then nipa chrono seller no can activate it for the seeker. And there were agreements in the Ministry of Finance. Ebe raise a letter of credit ama big C for every 50 of the 200 ambulances. In the contract ni achemu 9, 50 biano, 1 letter of credit. Ebe drew na problem bi anymore. Na abayansan raise another letter of credit. Ambulance ni gudru na big C for akọ cash musika. No masa abayansan so raise another letter of credit through Ministry of Finance. 50 ni bedru na big C for akọ cash musika sa na hyehyɛ ne Now Ministry of Finance for no more sa asudie no. Omu delay pa. Nam sikasem ahokyira na oman ni wo munti no. Letter of credit and was a reason the Ministry of Finance delay. Ministry of Health susu ni sika. Enti ekoye problem aban. Edu baby kra no Ministry of Health for decide say ambulance ne kra no. Ye nyai because sika ni ho. Now way a lady to akasa menteme ho ase between Big C and government of Ghana. Because the Big C for kind say only assign contract away. Cabinet approve, parliament approve. Contract le wo say ye yemfa ye sika nkoye ambulance no. What the ane say wo be ma ye letter of credit. Na ye ship ambulance ne bro ne bro bill of lading akoka sika no. Ya boka afiti ase ye ambulance no. Ti ene some MPP for say your mind into munisika. Untimi ntwe hu every contract anymore. And yes, I had the mobile courts. So as you can see on the screen, you see after back and forth disagreements over the performance of the contracts, the lawyers for Big C served a notice on the Attorney General threatening to sue government of Ghana for breach of contracts. The Attorney General rendered a legal opinion. Some men of Ghana, a by lawyer penny Attorney General, or tre krata FSM will. Anna or Chile say Big C for letter or mode abre abaini. The Ministry of Health for person move through agreement because abaini sika. Na yes apa or mode ebeko court. As a by lawyer penny was or was sudie se or say abainya judgment debts biano. The or yen say the opesa or yen say utu abain for on what the government needs to do. That legal opinion from the Attorney General is very, very important in this matter. And that letter is dated 2nd May 2014. Now, Ubehu letter on the screen, producer, you can give us that letter. And it's important, and that is why I want you to see this letter for yourself. Now, Mizumino, no, producer, this is not the letter. I am talking about Exhibit X. Exhibit X. Give me Exhibit X. Exhibit X is the letter from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Sam Reni Deputy Dr. Akurugutinga Ayine. A futua or the man abino efa sa wentri ana ekosonimu. Producer, I still need Exhibit X. Exhibit X. Give me Exhibit X. That is the first document. Exhibit X is the 2nd May letter. Thank you very much. This is Exhibit X. Now, you can see May 2nd, 2014. The Honorable Minister of Health, Accra. Dear Honorable Minister, let me zoom it so that the cameras can pick and you can see. I say, agreement between Big C General Trading LLC and the government of Ghana. Now, the letter reads, we write in respect of notice of intention to sue, which we have received from the lawyers for Big C General Trading LLC in relation to an agreement dated 19 December 2012. Executed between the government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, the purchaser, and Big C General Trading LLC. Now, according to lawyers for Big C General Trading LLC, under the said agreement, the supplier was to deliver to the purchaser, Ghana buying, 200 ambulances, provide maintenance services, and to train personnel of the purchaser. And the purchaser was also expected to pay total sum of 15,800,000 euros, 15.8 million euros, as the price of the 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances at a unit cost of 79,000 euros. The purchaser was also expected to raise letters of credit. The purchaser is Ghana buying. On evidence in any. The purchaser was also expected to raise letters of credit for the benefit of the supplier. Letters of credit were to be established upon the signing of the agreement for every 50 of the ambulances. 25% of the contract price of the goods had to be paid upon delivery of each batch of 50 ambulances. They may catch on what this adansieni. Now, Shehan Sumame, the lawyers further allege that as part of the terms of the agreement, the purchaser was expected to undertake pre-shipment inspection. Now, let me go forward. Now, Attorney General Nekas, I say we have reviewed the notice of intention to sue. Kratana big C for the Abaso de Ghana court or no washim. And accompanying documentation, and have no reason not to believe the facts alleged in their letter. The lawyers have provided this office with evidence of governmental approvals obtained for this transaction in accordance with Clause 8 of the said agreement, which says that the contract shall be effective upon obtaining all governmental approvals and upon signing of the agreement by the parties. Now, he goes on and on and on. I'll show you the last paragraph of this letter. We wish to further place on record our view that in the peculiar circumstances of this case, we will be seriously challenged in putting up a defense in court in the event of an action being filed by the lawyers for Big C General Trading LLC. Consequently, in case your ministry is desirous of settling this matter without recourse to the court action, we advise strongly that you invoke the dispute resolution clause that provides for an amicable settlement through negotiation, failing which you may refer the matter to arbitration. Now, producer, go back to my presentation. In the Asema me catch on the 2nd May 2014, a buying lawyer Penny say, ambulance na big thief why you know. One Ministry of Finance and letter of credit na manoa. Big thief what the court or no unia bia obitumi aka etwetwaje aban. Because agreement is clear. And the kakesi beba. Indeed, I said, we ambulance no, na makope letter of credits as the agreement requires. No many musika upon shipping and serving you with a bill of lading. And I said, kusiesi so a a car company na bobia no betua. Enti when a man, Minister of Finance at the time, Honorable Setekpe, or doing one of the debi, yenti mintina wa mo mai mokasa. O mine wa hunchire mu de be kwan bia so ye be pay letter of credit ni bi e de ama Big C4. Until on the 18th of July 2014, the former Minister for Finance Honorable Setepe or track krata koma Big C4 say ye pa macho munya abotre letter of credit no eba. Medical letter of credit anymore. Now producer, give me Elizabeth AK. Honorable Setepe letter or tray no Elizabeth AK. And then the documents and Juma. Everything I can be and will give you the document. Now this letter, as you can see from the screen, producer. Okay, this letter, as you can see from the screen, is dated 18 July 2014. Addressed to Big C on the letterhead of Ministry of Finance. Or say, agreement between Big C General Trading LLC and the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances and related services. Also, reference is made to your letter dated 17 July 2014 in respect of the above-mentioned subject matter. The Ministry of Finance, would like to inform you that it is in the process of finalizing the loan agreement between Government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Finance, and Stanbic Bank for an amount of 15.8 million euros. This will enable the establishment of the letters of credit as per Clause 4 of the payment terms of the supply agreement dated 19 December 2012. executed between the government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, the purchaser, and Big C for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances and related service. Please revert to us if you have any issues. This is a letter signed by Honorable Setekpe, Minister for Finance. Minister for Finance. It's your no letter come Big C for Munyanto Boise, abanye letters of credit no ebeba into ambulance no yebeje enyeka mansun bi eni ho judgment debt bi eni ho. Now producer, let's go back to the presentation again. Let's go back to the presentation. Now business for after say Finance Minister a letter on 18 July 2014 we you know. Hana asem no no. And the Deputy Finance Minister, obi say una yede na Ato Forson bam. Ni deputy a oye ne boafo on the 7th of August 2014. O tre letter ekoma Bank of Ghana, the boss ne ka say on tre letter no. It was on the authority of the boss. That is his case in court. That is his view, and that is the position of the NDC. Say and the boss Honorable Setekpe and the man authority say tre letter koma Bank of Ghana for say letters of credit, or more establishing in favor of Big C, Ato Forson. This is the letter the entire case is based on. The producer, Mamesa letter, no? Exhibit A, I believe. Yes, this is the letter. The letter is dated 7th August 2014. Now, the title is Request for Establishment of Letters of Credit in Favor of Big C LLC and the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulance and related services. Shall also say contract where Ministry of Health for the ambulance. Ministry of Finance where you man say to me krata ejinamu letter of credit no omobepe na yetimi sika tuaka. So this is the letter Ato Forson wrote. We make reference to the supply agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, acting through the Ministry of Health and Big C Trading LLC for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances and related services. The Ministry of Finance is urgently requesting you to establish the letters of credit for the supply of 50, so we can say first 50 BRN and letters of credit, for the supply of 50 ambulances amounting to 3.9 million euros, representing 25% of the contract sum, while arrangements are being made to perfect and sign the loan agreement. The letter of credit should be established in favor of Big C. Inti Ato Forson, and the sign Honorable Case Ato Forson, Deputy Minister for Minister Shenenso. He signed for the minister. Producer, back to the presentation. So this is the letter Honorable Ato Forson, you know. Now, after this, Honorable Ato Forson wrote another letter, Exhibit B1, to the controller, say on transfer CKB to Big C4, and also so on the authority of his boss, Finance Minister Honorable Setekpe. So as you can see on the screen, I said the letter Ato Forson wrote to the Bank of Ghana, and the subsequent letter to the Controller and Accountant General dated 12 August 2014 were in line with government's obligations under the contract. Attorney General Aka. So by wasu the obligation to do the letter of credit. Ato Forson Wantomra. In line with the obligations of government under the contract, the legally binding advice of the Attorney General a foot 2 hour they might bind this a monya letter of credit and yes a kabeba. And on the authority of his boss, the then Finance Minister. That is our position. That is the position. Now, producer, give me the second letter Honorable Ato Forson wrote. This is moment of truth where we give you the truth and nothing but the truth. Yet tumra ni achire usie. No one will say, and now when ayaba ya ni wudi nkomo no. You can producer can give me the second letter to the controller. That second letter was what Honorable Ato Forson wrote to the controller, said, transfer money to Big C, and also sono or treye on the authority of the boss, the Finance Minister. Now, you can see the letter on the screen, 12 August 2014. Request for letters of credit in favor of Big C Trading LLC and the Republic of Ghana, blah, blah, blah. I'll say, authority is hereby conveyed to you to release a sum of 806,000 cedis, 688 .75 pesos to the Minister for Health to enable him pay the bank charges covering the establishment of the letter of credit for the supply of 50 Mercedes-Benz ambulance and related services. Letter of credit no kwa ya eka wo ho. Enti osantre letter Emma controller say sa cost of establishing the letter of credit no monfa ma Ministry of Health for na omuntu menye. And that letter again was signed by Honorable Ato Forson, Deputy Minister, for Minister. He signed it for the Minister. Now, Shebibinso, letters are Honorable Ato Forson sign mienu ni nyina no. Adewe is very important. Adewe yesi. Adewe. We. This is the seal of the Minister of Finance. Yaka seal e this when your friend to me ashen so dear. Minister of Finance, Ghana how no wo to me a. Ansa na yebetumi ayi sika free Ghana fotuo mu no. I just on one ma ho kwan ansa. Enti letter be ko controller wo bia se sa seal we insiso a controller ontua. Wo betumi aye Minister of Finance yere ne ba ne deputy. Wo twere wo ye omampanyi kra of Ghana na wo twere letter ma controller na seal we insiso a ontua. Once you seal this seal, it means the minister, only he has the seal. Seal no on a personal secretary. Once you see this seal on a letter, it means the minister said the letter should go to controller. And that is the only reason why the controller will pay. So you can see the seal. Producer Mame exhibit A, first letter, Honorable Ato Forson. I want you to see the seal here too. This is the first letter. Producer, don't worry. This is the first letter. Dated 7th August 2014 or trade to Bank of Ghana, Ato Forson trade to Bank of Ghana for letters of credit to be issued. Signed for the minister. Again, see the seal. The seal is here. This is the seal of the finance minister. So I very material. And as we go along, now back to the presentation. So Ato Forson role a transaction these two letters. Writing a letter to the Bank of Ghana to establish a letter of credit for and on behalf of his minister who authorized him to do so, and his seal, the same for the second letter to controller, say Omuntia a car, and I see car Ministry of Health for here to establish that letter of credit. Now, assembly background na media maon, afi do assembly mosuko. Say the Ato Forson ye nyina ni dia. And your dientina, Yura Godfrey Damene, a ben yidi na kwa kujina court. Na kwa do ben crani diabono. You say, what are the charges that Attorney General Godfrey Dame has proffered against Honorable Ato Forson in court? Charges no way. And me, as I'm in court, it be me mo misiri mu nka bibia. Because I'm a lawyer and I know the law. The court has given a ruling on this matter. The ruling on the application for submission of no case to answer. In that ruling, at page 5 and 8, you will see clearly what the case of the Attorney General is. Producer, give me that ruling. Now, you know ruling in Masuko. He said, the Honorable Ato Forson ye any dia. And yeah, kwa do ben ye diabono court. No, but nebe na Ato Forson aye. A buyer, Ato Forson minority leader, akwa kujina court. Almost say why there. What do you say? Producer, relax for me. Now let's go. I want to show you something. When we say me kind court documents, me Sammy Gyamfi document. In the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, Financial and Economic Crime Division 2, held in Accra on Friday, the 30th of May, 30th day of March 2023, before her ladyship, Justice Efiasewa Saribuche, Mrs. J. sitting as an additional High Court judge. Suit number BBNE. Now, Obaha. New ruling. So this is a ruling of the courts. Yama ruling area, and that is why I want to educate you about the ruling. Now, page 5. Ube kwaduna abain ediabo Honorable Ato Forson. Count 1. Any. Shemame. Let me zoom it for you. Now, wait me who be kama. Almost Ato Forson boni awaye ni o obi anhwe ni ye. Statement offense. Willfully causing financial loss to the Republic contrary to section 179A3A of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. Particulars of offense, such as offense in the Nchirichiri Muni. Me kind of potoka se miwi ame de bebetri. Or the case Ato Forson between August 2014 and April 2016 in Accra, in the Greater Accra region of the Republic of Ghana, willfully caused financial loss of 2,370,000 euros to the Republic by authorizing irrevocable letters of credit valued at 3,950,000 euros to be established, out of which payments amounting to 2,370,000 euros were made to Big C General Trading Limited of Dubai for the supply of vehicles, purporting to be ambulances without due cause and authorization. Ato Forson, Bonia, Anakwadu Ayadi Abono, Mienu Bakuni. Aban lawyer Penny Godfrey Dame say, Ato Forson, what trade letter Command Bank of Ghana? Say, Omonia letter of credit at a cost of 3.9 million euros. Says Sikano, Abaya Tuyamu 2.3 million euros. Namutuya for cars be vehicles. Muna Mosia say ambulance is when you ambulance. But happen here, or see Ato Forson interest Akratano without due cause and authorization. Also, be anywhere or ma Ato Forson to me, so one interest our letter no, or no one any petre, a bank case no, Bakuni. Now, page 8, Yanko, the second charge against Honorable Ato Forson. This is the ruling of the trial court. Now, count 5. Intentionally, the other counts I'm not reading are about other accused persons. That is why I'm jumping. With regards to Honorable Ato Forson, it is count 1 and count 5. But I can't count 1 actually. Yanko count 5. Or say, intentionally misapplying public property contrary to section 1(2) of the Public Property Protection Act 1977 SMCD 140. Encheche Munini. Case Ato Forson between 2014 and 2016 in Accra, in the Greater Accra region of the Republic of Ghana, intentionally misapplied a sum of 2.3 million euros being public property by causing irrevocable letters of credit to be established against the budget of the Ministry of Health in favor of Big C General Trading Limited of Dubai for the supply of vehicles purporting to be ambulances without due cause and authorization. I have to almost say without due cause and authorization. Vehicles purporting to be ambulances. This is the case. Producer, back to the presentation. Kwadua abayno ediabo Honorable Ato Forson. Now me betchero Ato Forson, so what is his defense? What is the kernel of Ato Forson's defense? Oyi asem ya no saying. Asem na wo court no na me chechiro. Ye muwa bibia. Court nko na ebetimi abua de odi bem, de odi fo. The all kind of credit, the on kind of credit. But we have every right to comment and explain to you. Say na be ya mfuturo amanfo to agu ani no. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. What is the crux of the defense of Ato Forson? Back to the ruling. Back to the ruling. Page 16 and page 17. Back to the ruling. You caught the ruling making country with page 16 to 17. Uba say, Judge, you know, in a very nice way, was summarizing Ato Forson and then a lawyer for Omanu Disem to the courts. Why they think Assembly Eyemogu Ato Forson has no case to answer. Now let me read this to you. I said Dr. Azid Bamba is a lawyer of Ato Forson, argues in essence that the prosecution has failed to establish a prima facie case against his client. Honorable Ato Forson lawyer say, a buying case against Ato Forson, the gravamen of the argument advanced on behalf of A1, which is Ato Forson, is that the letters that form the basis of the charges against A1, quote, are the acts of the Minister of Finance and factually and legally attributable to him and not the personal acts of A1, which is Ato Forson, unquote. He discusses the evidence that shows that the Minister of Finance, at the time on whose behalf A1 be Honorable Ato Forson, had acted, had confirmed, especially per Exhibit 5 for A1, that the letters of credit, Exhibits A and B1, had been set upon behalf of the ministry with due authority from the minister, whom he was only assisting in accordance with Article 71 of the 1992 Constitution. Now, Otwaso said, even then, it is argued on behalf of A1 Ato Forson that the letters of credit are only converted into funds for payment upon certain conditions being met, which would not in essence be in the control of A1, and that in such circumstances, the loss incurred, if any, should not be traceable to A1. Dr. Bamba also argues that the matter of parliamentary approval, okay, this is a different matter. So, Midibesia, what Honorable Ato Forson through his lawyers are telling the court, and they say, Honorable Ato Forson letter with Trey, and the boss. Producer, stay with me, just let the ruling be on. Or say, and the boss, and a man, the say, on Trace Akratan. These are his acts. It is Obia Bonimpoa and Ato Forson yet channel. Because the boss, the man, authority, and that is his case. Again, I say, letter no one the boss cast a one train, Bonibia ni say, letter of credits, any payments, a security with conditions. So conditions, you know, you're for failure and son and the pacrobit me aqua cash sikano. What were the conditions in this case? Conditions, they say, big C for bay ambulance. No. Now, a buyer qua pre-shipment inspection. Aquarius ambulance I order no and one of my. No munya ship ambulance no no send the bill of lady name buyer and son. Now we me aqua cash letter of credit. No. One I said yes or pre-shipment inspection. Yeah, Ato Forson, a Ministry of Health. And he said, Chimatobi Krato, how do you trace that to Ato Forson? But my lady, the judge, you know, I share assembly munuye, you know. And also there be Dr. Aziz Bamba. Assembly, a judgment, so way submission of no case. The burden of proof, and yet for the states, Godfrey Dame, and you are bound to prove beyond reasonable doubt Ato Forson ayabone. The burden of proof is to establish a prima facie case and there is a case to answer. Enti me no wonya adwen na de tia me no wonya adwen no judge ne kan. Na judge na chirem what the main issue for determination is. Asem na ekoso court no pesa wotia ase a judge na bone tofa in this ruling what the main issue is. Now on page 42 the judge rules on the matter. Okay? He says that, also further there is the issue, let me zoom it for you. Further there is the issue of what authority the first accused exercised when he asks for the LCs to be issued. It is a case of the prosecution that the LCs were issued without due cause and authorization. They are buying a Godfrey Dame Canano, Ato Forson new authorization. The prosecution in stating that A1 had no authority has stated among others that the agreement that culminated in the delivery of the defective ambulances, which cannot be used in the condition that it is on the part of A1, that it is. So what should we say? Attorney General can say, Ato Forson letter no tray no need to me be to write it to be a man as a coin. Ambulances as well, yeah, the letter of credit now no. It cannot be used in the condition it is. Let's just say a kaba. On the part of A1, he insists that he had the authority of the Minister of Finance, whose deputy he was, to issue the request. That said, however, the law is quite clear that where a negative averment is made, in this case, that A1 acted without authority, and there is a positive one, the onus is on the one making the positive assertion to prove the positive. The law is quite clear that the party who makes a positive assertion must offer positive proof of same, because he who denies a fact cannot produce the proof. So judge may say, Ato Forson, when I also authority, you are asserting the positive. But for that, who new authority, he's asserting the negative. What Ato Forson, when I was to say, what they are dance here, say now authority, so you must prove it. So that is the issue. And I will just read the final part for us. On the need for proof of positive averments, please see also, he gives you more cases here. And then he says, in such circumstances, it is for A1, Ato Forson, to adduce evidence to show that he had authority. The burden on the accused person, however, is not as high as that of the prosecution. The accused only needs to raise a reasonable doubt. Honorable Ato Forson judge and say there was all ya and say or raising reasonable doubt my court no say he could have had authority. This is the main issue for determination in court. Now let's go back to the presentation. If this is what the court is saying is the main issue, whether or not Ato Forson letter no tray and he had authority or not. Ato Forson say I wrote the letter as deputy minister, signed for my minister. I had his authority. Godfrey Dameso Boakra, that won't need authority be a hooty. Judge and say, Ato, so also authority, come and prove it. And until young correct, say, take pay us semi funny, so no more authority and I want more authority. No. Young correct has some more kind of court. The media has published his testimony, but I will not read media reports to you. I'm going to read to you his witness statement, said Tekpe's witness statement, paragraph 8 and 11. Of the Onoa Kano court, after same way. Papa no ye minister of finance now. Aban lawyer Penny Godfrey that me say, well, ma to force your authority via Ato force yan a trail letter no. Munkohe. So let me show you the title. This is the witness statement of Setepe. Ewo court stamp. Ashen so dear in the season. Muntie de Setepe aka. I have been shown copies of Exhibit A and B1. Exhibit A and B1. A ne letter na to force in the country to Bank of Ghana. B1 a letter no tre come controller no. So I have been shown copies of Exhibit A and B1, which I understand constitute the basis of the case against A1 Ato Forson. Exhibit A and B1 are written on the letterhead of the Ministry of Finance and signed by A1 for the Minister of Finance. The letter to the Bank of Ghana requesting the setting up of the letters of credit emanated from the Ministry of Finance and had, producer, Mami Zumu, Naman for and had my full authorization. And it down. Had my full authorization, not partial authorization, full authorization. Yanko paragraph 11. As I stated earlier, I authorized A1, Ato Forson, to sign Exhibit A and B1. I wish to confirm that I signed Exhibit AK. Exhibit AK, Honorable Setepe letter no Trekoma BC for say, Big C for say, Munyanto was I'm working on the letter of credit. I signed Exhibit AK in July 2014. At the time, the Ministry of Finance was hopeful it will be able to revive the Stanbic facility to finance the purchase of the ambulances. In fact, I wish to add that before the Ministry of Finance requested the Bank of Ghana through Exhibit A to set up the letters of credit for the ambulance, the ministry had received a copy of Exhibit AK from the office of the Attorney General. And to Ochemu said, "Me Attorney General of Futu or the man me try to letter no to go and assure Big C for me na me can't Ato Forson trail letter no." And Ato Forson why about nebe? No one can say he didn't have cause or authorization. This is what Setepe said. Producer, I won't even go to the JACPA witness statement. This is enough. Let's go back to the presentation. So if the entire case, and this Ato Forson your trail letter be say you establish a letter of credit. Now only cause or authorization. Now the boss will say, me na me man authorization. Godfrey Dame say china Ato Forson woboa na Setepe mfa letter be no tire ma Ato Forson so onko tire letter no mfa letter mra. Na say na minister e ka tire ni deputy minister so onko ye adwuma I just wa tire letter bananza na. Ase mo tibi we. But the here pa ne say producer give me the letter Ato Forson wrote Exhibit A. The seal of the Minister of Finance on the letter is the evidence of the authorization. Because Setepe and the authorizing no and maybe Ato Forson ye de kwadu ato no sunti no oba be defending na. What about the seal? The seal is the evidence of the authorization. This is the seal. Producer, this is the seal. If you can give me the letter again, producer. I want the 7th. I want them to see the seal. And you say, Setepe de nano na aka keke. Ato sign for the minister. And this is the seal of the minister. Chenchina Chiaban say you didn't have authorization. I said, no. It's about authorization. Let's go back to the presentation. I'll quickly rush you through. You be do the kernel of the case. And also say, now, for Attorney General, apart from authorization, you quite do for us on the say. Cars, ambulances now, and based on the letters of credit. or say vehicles purporting to be ambulances. Uti MPP for almost where trotro, na she nim trotro. And the other person has a cast na trotro. Producer, give me the pictures. Let's see the pictures. And again, any awuhe mi biano. Opa ko Parliament House. Udu Parliament House on Sendifa. Car park na one man for parking. One uba see a parking ambulances bi ho. They have been there for a long time. Ambulances nini. Me mama cho way trotro. They mu hunu sui. Producer. Abontini o ambulance na abontini. Inside ni. When do me say vehicles purporting to be ambulances no. These are the pictures. Hwe mfidie wum. Mo hwe enye me hihiem. Mo hwe. Everything is here. These are the pictures. So clearly they were not. But what actually is the problem with the ambulance? Yes, there were problems with the ambulance. And we are candid to tell you what the problem with the ambulances are. Nenye me na me ka kire me kire aban gofre da me ne dance ni ode ne court or ye adwuma National Ambulance Service. Now dance ya wedi ni court the ruling, the submission of no case ruling, it is there. I'm going to give you that. And producer, give me the relevant pages. I'm going to show you the problem now. Almost the ambulance no trot she nim the omaka no radio so no me tremo the omaka kind of court. Yes say o tamfo esua wasa na wachia ne pa. So be say or time wa and found one the obey. No, I want the submission of no case ruling. Good. The ruling I was reading. The submission of no case ruling. I want to show you in court. Ambulance no, I've shown you the pictures. But let's go and listen to what they have said in court. The ruling I was reading on the submission of no case. My kind Ato Forson case. Good. This is it. Now, producer, give me the relevant pages. All right. You can just give me the relevant pages in my ear. I'll just scroll there. No. We want you to see the evidence. The pages. Okay. Now, page 37. Very important. Page 37. You have a problem. Almost say a war ambulances. This a court ocrata and yes, Sammy Gyamfi na eka. O mo ankasa nu mu asem o makwa ka kire court no me be kan a kire. Na ya hwese ambulance no eye trotra mu nyina mu be hu bi ewa ha. No kretrudo ni yeka. This is the moment of truth. Special edition of NDC 360. Now, muntie eha. PW1 prosecution witness 1. Attorney General and dance ni odi kan friend asem ni muni. Your friend Dr. Anson Bridger stated that there were defects with the vehicles when the team from the NAS, National Ambulance Service, inspected them. His testimony on the 31st of May 2022 included the following. Problems almost a ambulance no muntie trotro eni muntie. Omo dance ni prosecution witness 1 muntie. Also we went around all the ambulances, opened all the doors, the bonus as a way of going to start our inspection. We started the inspection from the exterior part of the body, and these were our observations. A, we observed that the red, gold, green colors were not properly done in the sense that the ends were loose, and there were airbags, which means they can easily be peeled off. The entire ambulance, that boy, I can't say. Ambulance, they are the red, gold, green, boho. Now, so stickers there, boho, no more say, and from the stickers, the chi. It is second red, gold, green, and you need the boho, no. Obi betting your peeling off easily, because I say, I'm fan tareho ye. Defect number 1, we into the ambulance near Trotron, Muntie, quarter semini, Muntie. Also, we observed that there were no working lights which could be used during nights for operations. Almost all people that ambulance near an operation. Light be anywhere, an idea the an operation. Trotron was some here canoe be. We also observed that the word ambulance, which is supposed to be written in reverse order on the bonnet, was also not there. Almost was like a ambulance good bonnet and also young tre. The ambulance being written in reverse on the bonnet enables the vehicle ahead of the ambulance the opportunity to view the mirror to see there is an ambulance coming. We also observed that the ambulance emergency number, which was at that time 193, was also not written at the back of the ambulance on top of the doors. 193 no so no ambulance no. Then we moved. It's we are Abontin Fort no. By inside. Then we moved into the patient compartment. These were our observations. We observed that the patient trolley no, was too low. And also, it was not running on the trolley platform, which means the wheels on the trolley can wear the floor of the ambulance. And yes, a trolley ni mo trolley wo. But almost say wheels no trolley ni wheels no. Na wo form dodo nti omu pia ebetwitwi form ebetwitwi ambulance no form trolley no ties na ben form dodo eti no so ye fault nti niye. We also observed that the attendant seat attendant will be better ambulance na akonya obetena so attendant seat at the head of the trolley, which was a swivel chair, was not firmly fitted. Akonya will be better mo obetena so no e na mu nye den papa akonya ni mu nye den muntie problems no me say obi time wo no say chenchina che obehawa wo de muntie. We also observed that the other seats at the other side were also too low. Akonya no were formed dodo and will not give comfort to paramedics. They were also without seat belts, which means the occupants would not be restrained during the movement of the ambulance. We also observed that the cabinets where medications and other consumables will be kept were produced with a mica with sharp edges, which can easily cause injuries. Into almost say, ya cabinet be ya do no shishim. Now material near there na no sharp do bit me proud will be. We also observed that the drawers were also not self-locking. Auto drawer ni mu one to just say wa to many self-locking. It's not so your fault. We also observed that there was no medical equipment in ambulance. I think this was the most serious issue. No medical equipment. So these are the issues. And yes, ambulances, you have seen the exterior, you have seen the interior. But these are the problems. Sticker being tarehunye. Akonya bi munye den. Cupboard be too much. I know it mean too much. I just say why would this afford to? And akonya bi munye. The only thing was the medical equipment. But look, this issue, see, Ministry of Health for reason. Edane when between Big C. What kind of Big C was any problem? Now was think I buying back Dubai ebe ye inspection sakra ni ashepekan. But the problem amahunia, we are ready to solve it. And producer, there is a document, an addendum. The first thing should be like a memo. I don't think this is it. Get me that document. If you check your running order, you see a document. Some problems here, and when you almost say a boka ambulance, and then papa no. Ministry of Health, any Big C for what Nancy, and they solved the problem. They solved the problem. Big C workers, okay, say problems in India. Yes, sending a technicians a bagana. Or solve problems in India. Because it's a contract. A civil relationship. Me supply the man na say chimato or one. What do we do? I come and rectify it. It can be remedied. It is not fatal. Inti eba be yamamo. Medical supplies no. The entire nan can want to say you kind be buy. Out of the first 13, you kind be buy. You the buy, you know. Producer, this is not the. I'm looking for a memo. It's a document. It's an addendum to the agreement. A memo addressed to the Honorable Minister of Health. Is a very important document that viewers need to see. Say these defects now abaye can say nunti yabokano. Big C for edgy to say ye baba yamamo. Medical supplies no so no ye de nyina ebremo. Medical supplies no. So producer, if I can even pick it here, let me see how I can get this for you. Let's see, Exhibit X. Okay, I think I will get that document for you. I wanted to read that document now. Producer, you keep looking for it for me. I want to read that document for you need so that you will know that there was an agreement. There was an agreement. Clear agreement between Big C and the government of Ghana. that whatever problems there are with the ambulances, they are ready to fix it. And National Ambulance Service for Ankasa, National Ambulance Service for Ankasa wrote a letter to Ministry of Health. See any big C for Edin Komo, ye solve problem. What this for me, I'll read that document to you. Say besine aban say medical accessories no mon claim report. That's what report. 8 years ni. Big C, mo say obi e the ambulance abremo. E ye trotro. Ya pa mo honto ma say nye trotro. Ye hudi ewo. Mo call court a mo say oh stick away abo ho no entare ho ye. Seat no emu nye den. Cardboard bi utumu a intimi I just say what this afo atum eno intimi nto. The Amoka emu edru is a medical equipment in him. And they have shipped the medical equipment to you based on agreement or money abaye. Abaye say ye ko clear medical equipment need be share ambulance ni mu a. Ye ntumi nka say Jo Mahama ne Ato Forson eto trotro ne ba Ghana. Ye case na ye prosecute ati Ato Forson na collapse. Because ambulance na ye say Chimatowa hunti ye financial loss no. Medical equipment ni nyaba mu pe. It means the ambulances can be used. So abro ni be yo. Say ye be kwa clear medical accessories no ne ye de ahye ambulance ni mu. Na ye timi ya use de and ye can na tema port on pronse 8 years. The things are still there. Now this thing, the agent of Big C, Mr. Jackpa, wakani nyina wona dance kratem. This is a bill of lading. And so if producer take me to Mr. Jackpa's witness statement, give me the relevant pages. Let me quickly show viewers about this. Okay? I want the paragraphs of Mr. Jackpa's witness statement, where you will see clearly he explains, say, all these problems can be remedied. And indeed, not Honorable Setepe, Honorable Jackpa. And indeed, we rectified it. We sent the accessories. Abayin enye ready. And I will read just the portion about loss. Producer, just tell me the page. Let's go to the last paragraph that I said I wanted, which should be 60-something, right? 100 and something. Give me the last paragraph on this particular event. Yeah, paragraph 116. Paragraph 116. Muntie bibi wa. Paragraph 116 abusuafo. Enche yebeko de asi wo court ni mu sisi o say ambulances subject to the government clearing the medical accessories or equipment from the Tema port. Where then is the loss government is complaining about in these proceedings? Loss in a way. What ambulance? Obi di ambulance abrel. Uzi problem wo ho. O say me de ho nyema ni nyina abrel. Wo na wo ye concern ni. Aban pe through Ministry of Health they betimi aclare in every port. Obi antumi clear. Aban say abro ni be ye me clear da. Say na be ya metumi di Ato Forson akogina court to say ambulance na otoye na nye papa. Ye clear ni de mfidie de gumu ambulance na betimi yusu ama Ghana fo nya ho faso. But onye. Let's go back to the presentation. Time on you. Now, this is the case in court. And we have been expecting, say, Attorney General said, Ato Forson Ayebonia. Nobody is afraid of prosecution. We believe that we will get justice in court. Ma court ni asem no, na court ni mua, obi mua. Ontie de Godfrey Ameka, ontie de Ato Forson neka, na yemfa no krento baby I was here to. But asem ye dia ena nano ya wode ya 23rd May 2024. Nano ya wode ya. Yekupie mu court. Ye call ye no, Owura Jackpa, oye anamsi ni ma Big C. Ena wo di adanse ye. Ena lawyer for Ato Forson bisa no question during cross examination. Now all you question no, it was about the seal on the letter Honorable Ato Forson etwe. No di adanse say e kire say letter no e Minister of Finance say tekpe enema ho kwan say Ato Forson tre. Now when I go for that me sorry no say my lord objection. Owura Jackpa on so in defending no. I say we defend Ato Forson. Enye anu nti no wa won defend no. And Mr. Jackpa say hey sa na beka. Attorney General me pesa wote ase say wo na wo adwen bone say wo pese media dance kru mutu Ato Forson so. Because only me share and I do the sumo say at odd hours. What framing me share? I will catch them. Say me back court wa. I say mo baby say me bia no minya no say. Na me nka bi muaw. Na what me dey to force ya to prison. You want me to falsify and skew my testimony to help your case. Scandal na aba ni nyina ne fare by ni esi court. I am not fabricating it. It is in the record of proceedings. I am showing you the certified true copy. Producer, certified true copy. I'll put it on our NDC 360 page from page 24 to 31. Mr. Jack Pasem wo kan e court. Shenon so say adansie or testify under oath. It just say word odinse say adansie a wo kan ye no kre. Na say odi tura ye betumi de na koto afiase for perjury. Certified true copy any certified true copy. The record of proceedings of 23rd day of May 2024. Now, if you go to page 24 of the document, if you go to page 24 of the document, this is what is there. Lawyer Tamakulune air cross examiner. Or say, let me just go down. Question. In the specific case of this transaction, can you tell the court what were required in the LC to be honored? No, say, Jack Passe, in this particular case, particular LC, they are condition precedent. I cannot enumerate them offhand. That needed to be met, blah, blah, blah. So he goes on. Have a look at Exhibit B2. Let her Ato Forson Attorney. Can you see a seal on Exhibit B2? Or say, yes, my lady, I can see a security seal. Can you tell the court what seal it is? If there is any name, agency, or department? Or say it is the Controller and Accountant General Department security seal. Then, only need you komo aha. Komo ne koso na o. Ena Honorable Godfrey Dame. Say Honorable Godfrey Dame. This Honorable Godfrey Dame, sorry. I say, my lady, I'm a little bit constrained to intervene because the Minister of Finance at the time was in court and testified about authorization. I wonder what Mr. Jack's business is to testify about authorization. Into court to Bemu, court to Bekasaya. Then Mr. Jackpa came in. Then you kind of saying, Mr. Dami came in again. My lady, the point I am making is actually part of my objection. If my learned friend wanted to go on record, then let it be. So then Mr. Jackpa comes in. Mr. Jackpa comes in here. The air cano and ye boy is be a dance ya wedding you court abra wedding sister becano cre. Mr. Japaneka say, oh, my lady, I want to put on record that I am not here to defend A1. Then the court comes here. I say, I have not told you that you have defended A1. I say, no, I am not talking about you. I say, Mr. Japa, the Attorney General did that. He accused me directly and I want to respond. Then Mr. Japa comes. My lady, I have heard that, but I want to make it clear here that the Attorney General has on several occasions had meetings with me privately at odd hours, both in person and on phone in respect of this case to cooperate or answer questions in a manner that will make his case better against A1 Ato Forson. And I have refused. And I have evidence to that. And so, court, damage in a hobby. And so if he is accusing me here that I am here to defend A1, he has brought hostilities to my doorstep. And I am responding to the hostilities. And if he continues on this angle, I will open the Pandora box. And we will all know actually what transpired. He has brought it up and I will give it to him. Until when the court had to intervene to calm down. Until press release, he said, NDC for your same way one dance here. Mr. Jackpa was not lying. Until they are dancing and better abonting. And some people said, oh no, munishe, mu tape among famra. Edu baby crowd say, oh, tape na NDC for one. A Supreme Court judge be fear ne see here. And now then what the born and I wouldn't say about betche when I was at take a. So we decided to swerve them. Producer, back to the presentation. We did the press conference, but meeting Corona no move free say the who tape bani and fama yeah the full because we have a lot of tapes and yeah the bank kakra. So our national chairman addressed a press conference. We won't play to you the entire tape because the tape is out there. But for purposes of this presentation, I will play two aspects of the tape. Wow, Betsy, Godfrey Damia. Akwebi oti good evening, got a friend Paul Adomochre. Honest, yes, Jackpa was begging Godfrey Dami to drop the case. But you will see that it was Godfrey Damin and Papa Yache or Hano. So, oh, letter of credit in Bisawa, can you say? If you saw agreement now, condition, can you say? I want to say, mechanic say, in the entrap for me. I was over tape, ya boy, Supreme Court judge, do one. Sa tape in idea, open see 1 year or so. Na nemre beba. Ya money say, ha, nemre beba. But the ya boy, ya swear more ya boy. Phone call conversation. Abusian for. Me catch him say Godfrey Dame tape na me boy no 26 minutes. Phone call Godfrey Dame na frame is a jackpot. Tuesday 9th April. Nim the money MTN for why as of 4 years call. But you see we have the real number there. You name, you know, everywhere we have the screenshot with the real number. And this is the number and some phone in Africa Godfrey Dame was for interview. And to Godfrey Dame, the media still has this number. And to what delete cry you want to me the evidence is here. Now Mate say be mo say oh na tape no na say Godfrey Dame ne kasa 26 minutes. Na tape na ya boni is 16 minutes. 5 seconds here you fake. The aka na beba. E by force say boni nyina. E fake a mo de we mo authentic in a way. Na nye bia wo me ne udi nkomo for 20 minutes. Na me ne udi nkomo no do ba be 10 minutes. Am say akoi adwenboni wo ni team. And some okay was a record. Now me record the last 10 minutes now. And say man record first 10 minutes until last 10 minutes now me record and a fake na. What Kasa say you don't think before you speak. This is what they are saying. Let's go back to the presentation. And it is am trust say me share ne da ya chew. Afi Supreme Court judge been a trap me and usuni producer Godfrey Dame spokesperson of 54 seconds. As some no can no joy news. Say your Supreme Court judge been a trap Godfrey Dame no boma mesisi no bi hu se enkofo no kure ni omanum. Because na mo asio ne ene da ho no. Ene da ho no. Lies they say have a short lifespan. On says is here when you go ase. He said they almost plea bargain. Almost na only lawyer. 9th April obi anko check court na japa lawyer third sorry. Inti mu nyan tro no. Afi almost na Attorney General akra ka kire ne say onka no kre mani ni tro bia e no so mahu say e yantro. It is not true. All the things about plea bargain, there has not been any plea bargain negotiations in this matter. No plea bargain negotiations in this matter. Richard Jackpa and the trail letters e come aban say maza mama mu ambulance mo se problem wo ho accessories nka ho ye de aba mon clear ni emfanhye mu mo se mon clear mo so mu prosecute me okay company no ya ambulance ne say case we e betimi egu nani mu ase enti mo fa ambulances no emre ye na ye mfa musika mamo na asem fa na asem ko and eno no boni bi animu e very plea bargain Ghana ya shemra act 1079 e ma ho kwan se wutimi yesa Attorney General say eno so mempe sika no kra no mempe e was Ato Forson kodam omanya kidney patients ye pe sika dia bo omu yetimi to kolebu renal unit mu because I buy the car akufu ado ne ba wumi adeka 4 million so mu diska uso obi abo ya ka 2 million euros o se je wade na fa me ambulance na wo se trotro ne mame eno so a wo se wonye. Yet these same people in the Ato Forson case, and this one producer give me the Ato Forson Ato Forson story. Mobeka ya capital bank guye no obu penyin ba ko e friend Ato Forson aban bo no ko adu say Bank of Ghana ma bank ni sika na owura no wiya stealing. He was charged for stealing and money laundering and convicted. Say Bank of Ghana sika ye the man no of 90 million ne basa 90 million ye 900 billion titisika no Ato Forson no ni. Yet this case aban ma Ato Forson plea bargain so otua sika na onko prison ontua sika na yepe. Till 17 May 2023 Ato Forson handed Lifeline to liquidate his asset and pay 55 million because he paid 35 million out of the 90 million. Obia yese we guilty of stealing and money laundering. Kwa yese utimi settle utimi ye plea bargain tuya. Na Jackpani big sifu a omo de car brel u problem an say sticker na ebo ho no frama na machiri akonwa ne munye den drawer bi utumu eno amu ntimi nto medical supplies ni or the medical supplies abrel wo say won claim free port because person go NDC jo ma ne Ato Forson ani mu ase. Then that person says, okay, what's what about 2 million euros? No problem. Family ambulance, mommy. Now, if I was to come out, almost said that we will prosecute the case. Go back to the presentation producer. This, where is the sense in this? You wonder whether these people think about Ghana. And I said, Godfrey Damina fan when I was all back Casana for with Johnny Figana. He said, oh, Godfrey Dami will come on the chin futuro. Because Jackpot threatened, they say, I will open the Pandora's box and will Johnny. And you all call in New York or say Delta Mu and I capture and play mu or down there Ramno. Near capture no. Ne spokesperson now wedding trading to Madame Vopasu. He was my vice president when I was SRC president at Ghana School of Law. Nice gentleman, but I don't know how I could cruiser. Omunisu by into Tronkwa. Or also so and then central for friend now on fan the call with Ghana. Enti comedian here, a friend of Frank Davis. Or no and raw press conference because Damananga said Ghana. The spokespersons were doing the phone. Central for friend of Munyano. The comedian about also ambulance near Trotro, ya pamon to Mamma Musanya no cre. After the also John Mahama Crano, Etretia bind say Ato Forson, almost all cooperative. I want to warn the MPP. Producer, give me close up. I want to warn the MPP. You see, we are privy to so many things that the respect we have for John Mahama and Tian can want them. Because you see, a conversation between a president and the former president is privilege. A conversation between a president and a former president is privilege. Now, President Akufo-Addo, if you don't want these comedians in your party, no more Kosobo John Mahama in this matter, we will spill the beans. The amount per se that privileged conversation, we will talk about it. You are warned. You see, then they say, oh, NDC per se a shell the Ato Forson. Nobody is saying it's about intra case anymore. Ye ni na court to mua, ye pass and ye pay. But then your girlfriend, that mean one debate in your assembly. The fact that we prosecute to be now what commit crime, criminal offense. I don't say, oh, you should use the prosecution as a shield. Say me prosecute Ato Forson team, mama men family hundi. What's he be with him? So nobody is doing that. If you want to say, oh, you tape now, you're born, you're doctored. You see, the court has ruled on doctor tapes in the case of Kennedy Japan versus Anas. Court will say, so be the tape, but now see a fake. Why was he a fake? It was all called for authentic in the bra. It's authentic in a way. Which is you don't have a conscience. But for Damina, I don't know. The voice was only to me can say, hey, doctored. Who you and I were not there. Oh, yeah, then I won't say doctored. But for Damina, way. And then a jackpot threatened, they say, I will open the Pandora's box. Went to me and deny. I said, Brother, you're court. The tape near doctor. Obi Abehu. Mufrisa 7 years back, can radio so near Caswana. Now, Dr. Tape wants a security experts on your NDC, on your MPP. A friend Adam Bona, Wakam was not NDC, not MPP. Or say, and you're doctored. On the MP, Obia, or that tell you cry a chain on what I say, and you know. And you come for the watching, I say, Obeka say, Menyere, Damenanka Zamra. He said, when mama for strategy, he said, Dame call to no maybe. Into the deputy, Mimi Krumni, lawyer to Ayaboa and Infant and Image. So never Adamia Ma, Obibiane Jackpa, Dame Upe Wumpu, you come to court. Either you resign or you come to court. So I won't resign, dear Brabishia Jackpa. Won't resign, dear Brabishia Jackpa, or court. Nasa was the tape near doctor that becan or court. You, I was for emergency, young Koyanim. Yeah, NDC, the MPP for key soap concert party, yeah, high home. Because Ghana phone him day. We are not stupid people in this country. We are discerning. But let me give you the verdict of neutrals on this matter. Omunye NDC for Muntie Bryce Simmons of Imani, Africa. Bryce Simmons was being Papa way. On the ambulance case, prosecution of Ato Forson, incompetent, needless. Bryce Simmons. Was it politics na MPP? We only NDC new Bryce Simmons. Make sure the verdict of neutrals. Frankly Kujo, Mubaka Papa we opposition oboye chipa. Imani Africa president. Muntie. I say Facebook. I say I am sorry. I was wrong about AG inability to do what he has been accused of. Nipa ye bad. AG ye cobra. He must go. Odame. Even say dame. Or ye cobra. And yet law be no practice you. Dame no to. Connection kwa. Dame and auto. Franklin Kujo na mwere. I was right about the AG. Ato Forson's trial was political. It is a Sammy Gyamfi na makasa na office me NDC ni na meka. Look at the verdict. Bryce Simmons, Franklin Kujo, independent-minded Ghanaians. And most of the times, they criticize the NDC. We professor of law, Professor Appiah 28th May 2024, no year published. Or say Attorney General's office, tarnished by NDC tape, he must apologize and resign. Professor say, "Dame, pachaw na resign." We or NDC niana. MPP for say Ghana and Nyansafo, but the Nyansafo sign Ghana for your wabotre, but the non-stress say you can take us for granted. Wabe wako kasa. Brabe you one we dwane akwa kwese buchire waka cho spokesperson say wonum ni phone and our summer concert party akwa is a Frank Davis so say one make say a doctor guys obeka doctor dan wa fa onwedi. Experts have authenticated the tape and you will see the evidence of the authentication in court. Enye bibia na ye beka na wa ha ye kon ho producer mame more of what neutrals have said. Give me more. This is Mr. Ansasare, former director of Ghana School of Law. Akufo-Addo down for pa Ghana School, the ambulance case. Akufo-Addo must be impeached. Or see into Akufo-Addo there so. If he doesn't sack Odame, or see when you Odame there into that there so. Answer sorry no. Mama me Reverend Kwesi Boateng ne lawyer no Bobby Branson. Mama me ne there no. So no there MPP lawyer. Mama me. This is the last one I'll show you. Say I will step aside if I were the Attorney General Bobby Branson. We there mo amu ni news file. Madam for power, law school, lawyer unimade, but MPP ni ono aware. MPP lawyers are even calling for Attorney General to step aside. Let's go to my final slide of the presentation, Yempo. This is the verdict of neutrals, not just Sammy Gyamfi. The verdict. So what are we asking for? Yes, number one, Godfrey Dame, for Wajuma Tour, and as a Akufo-Addo you ready, any ready. So Akufo-Addo new idea parliament. Now what you be? Omufi say be ka same way na what na MPP aye press conference na done political football ni atwa so. There will be a motion of censure against Godfrey Dame. You be hwehwem, be TV so obi abehu bi. Afi so you say Godfrey Dame must be prosecuted for telling a witness to fabricate evidence. It is perjury, second-degree felony. On one prosecutor na me say Godfrey Dame aje so wu. Onu munsuo grawa ma aban se san ye be prosecute no. You then become General Legal Counsel, so everything you need to know about that Ato Forson case na machichiro mu no. The ekosu ni nyina no and na me evidence na bre no. You can decide for yourself. Yenim hwekra de dokra to ahye yenim sa ben. Mature the case of the state, mature the case of Ato Forson. Mature the akoso wo court, the judge aka as to what the issues are. And I've shown you the evidence from Setekpa and Mr. Jakpa about those evidence. Evaluate it for yourself. But Damia, what committed crime? Now what breaching the legal professional and etiquette rules. I was say so. There cannot be any hiding place for him. Or by a airport. On resign, me problem cry. What the partners or court and Jakpa. Court. Tuesday is the day. Now let's read some of your messages. Bawa Zakaria Abdullah. I say good evening. The aficionado of communication. And to everyone on the globe, the damning revelation like Godfrey Dame has exposed the long-held view that the AG has been engaging in judicial process manipulation. And his cup is full. And no amount of water that is brought from the sea can wash the dirty dealings of the dishonorable AG on ethical conduct. Abubakar Ibrahim Musa so keenly following the discourse from Insuatre in Bono region. Was the continuous stay in office of the Attorney General Godfrey Dame and the subsequent justification by the MPP and their evil surrogates suggest that the MPP is indeed a democratic assassin. Godfrey Dame must go. The next one from Kwame Prince says Godfrey Dame is just evil and he must resign. He is not fit to be our Attorney General. Godfrey Dame must go. David K. Abesi said the truth is that Dame is always evil and he must go. The Attorney General is wicked. The GBA is quiet. 24 hours after such an explosive scandal, the president is playing the ostrich. What a shame. GBA for your tremor. The tip is there. Producer, do you have dummy speech